So, Paul, thank you once again for being on the Montreal Entrepreneur Podcast. It's a pleasure to have you, and I'm sure you're going to deliver a lot of value based on the subject that we will be discussing today. So, how about you tell us a little bit about your background and about yourself before we start?
Yeah, great. Thanks, Cathy. Thanks for having me. So a little bit about me. I'm currently lead of operations for North America for Shackshine. And Shackshine is an exterior house detailing franchise.
Mm-hmm.
We would do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, power washing, roof cleaning, and Christmas lights. And we're franchised throughout North America. Been around since 2016, and that's about when I started. Prior to that, my experience is also in home services and franchising. So in total, about 13 or so years in home services and franchising.
Okay. So, but now you mostly work with Shack Shine and also O2 brands at the same time. Is that it, right?
Yeah, correct. O2E Brands owns Shackshine.
Mm-hmm.
There's three sister brands: 1-800 Got Junk,
Yep.
Wow One Day Painting, and Shackshine. And my role is to lead operations for Shackshine for North America.
Perfect. And would you say that you're competing with those who do window cleanings, and then the pressure washing? Is that would you say these are the your competitors?
Yeah, I mean, anybody who would service the exterior of a home in terms of window cleaning, gutter cleaning, power washing, or Christmas light installation would
Mm-hmm.
count as our direct competitors, yes.
Okay. And what makes Shack Shine different? What is the blue ocean strategy that OE2 brands was able to craft out of this market to say
Mhm.
this is why we're different?
Yeah, it's a great question, and a lot of our incoming candidates, franchise partner candidates, would ask that question too. And
Mm-hmm.
O2E Brands means ordinary to exceptional.
Yeah.
And it is our vision and our strategy to make every brand, whether it's Shackshine, Wow One Day Painting, or 1-800 Got Junk, we want to make the ordinary experience of getting your house serviced, we want to make that exceptional. So that's our blue ocean. That's our differentiator in a very, what is considered to be a fragmented market in house detailing. A lot of mom and pops, a lot of people doing great things,
Yeah.
but it's very fragmented and there's no clear market leader in Canada or
Okay.
the US. So our vision is to become that clear market leader for house detailing by providing what can usually be an ordinary experience and provide an exceptional experience to those customers. And that could mean through uh, enhanced customer communication, connecting our customers with friendly uniform technicians who show up in
Okay.
shiny organized vans and complete the job on time when we say we do and in one detailed visit. So those are a few of the things that would set us apart
So would
from.
you say that there's an application that when the technician shows up, okay, well, uniform, smiling, I'm guessing. I'm trying to understand what's the experience like. Walk me through to the experience that makes it extraordinary.
Yeah, the experience for the customer is truly something we're very proud of, and definitely we feel sets us apart.
Mm-hmm.
We pride ourselves in hiring happy people,
Yeah,
and
very
we always say we want to look for a technician who can service someone's home who has
Mm-hmm.
exceptional customer experience skills,
Mm-hmm.
and we can teach them and coach them and train them how to clean a window. But you can't teach, coach, or train happiness or customer experience or caring.
Yeah.
So we just hire happy people and we train them how to do window cleaning, gutter cleaning, power washing to execute a phenomenal job, but
Mm-hmm.
at the same time providing a happy experience for the customer.
Okay. So let's say I'm a local resident of one of the town where Shack Shine is. What would make me decide between calling the local guy and you guys? Like, is it because, let's say I never heard of you, but then I see your ads and things like that, and I know down the street Joe does the same thing. How do I make that decision?
Yeah, that's a great question, and we get that asked a lot as well. It's we're definitely not the cheapest provider as well.
There's
We're
that too. Yeah.
we're a higher cost provider, and that's
Mm-hmm.
okay.
Yeah.
It's the same thing as if you look at any other industries. Why would you spend more money for basically the same product? And A lot of that comes from the value and the service we provide. So why would a customers choose Shackshine over any other competitors?
Yeah.
We want to make it easy. We have an online booking engine, so
Okay.
customers don't have to speak with anybody if they choose not to. We have a full sales center, inbound sales center, so customer can
Okay.
just book their job and their service by talking to one of our very good sales center agents.
Mm-hmm.
Or they can even book through the franchise partner and have that personal experience as well. So any
Okay.
channel a customer wants to book through, we're available and we're there. We also send you reminders or text messages the day before or the hour before we arrive, and we show up on time.
Mm-hmm.
We would greet you. We would show up in a shiny, organized van with friendly uniformed technicians. And as soon as we show up to a customer's home, there's that sense of relief, like, oh, I'm working with professionals. So a lot of that puts the customer's mind at ease, and they know they're working with professionals, so they can carry
Yeah.
on with their day and let us do the exterior house detailing. But I think
Very,
to sum it all up, is just we want to make it easy for customers.
exactly. Convenience also.
Exactly. Yeah.
Very good answer. And I know you do hire happy people to actually do the work. So I'm guessing the franchisees also are happy franchisees. It's the same concept. What is that personnel like? The characteristics, apart from being happy, what else are you looking for when choosing your franchisees?
Yeah. It's very much, we say, if you have
Mm-hmm.
happy employees will take care of your customers,
Yeah.
and your customers will take care of your business. But at the forefront of that, before happy employees, is a happy franchise partner. So when we're looking at candidates to
Mm-hmm.
join our family, we look at what we call the 4 H's, and it's happy, hungry, hands-on, and hardworking. Those are probably the main 4 we look at. So obviously, a candidate has to be happy,
Mm-hmm.
hands-on, be able to work with their hands, whether it's with tools or just diving deep into their business and being
Mm-hmm.
hands-on. Hardworking, having a lot of grit and tenacity to get through and build their business.
Yeah.
So we definitely look for those 4 H's as candidates coming into the system.
Okay. So let's say I have all of those 4 H's, right? And now I want to buy into Shack Shine. Walk me through the process. What happens next?
So if anybody is interested in looking at a
Mm-hmm.
Shack Shine, uh, the process is definitely a long one. We
Oh,
do
yeah.
our due diligence
Okay.
and take you through a 7-step process.
Wow.
And those steps could take anywhere from a month to a couple months.
Okay.
And the purpose of those steps is for the candidate to get to know our business,
Mm-hmm.
to get to know our franchise partners, to get to know their local market, and ultimately to see if it's a right fit for both parties. So it's almost like getting married.
Yes.
Both sides have to agree to the partnership, and it has to be the right fit for both. So it is a long process, and we do pride ourselves on choosing the right franchise partners and not rushing into it.
Okay.
And
So it's not
um,
just about if I have the money, then right away I'm in. No.
not that easy. And like I said, it's like a marriage.
Yeah,
Both
yeah,
sides
yeah.
have to agree, and it has to be a right fit for both sides. Yeah. So it
Definitely.
wouldn't be that simple. We look at a lot of different avenues for market validation, and you have to meet with our franchise partners, and we go through a couple of interview processes. You build up your financial forecast. So
Mm-hmm.
the 7-step process is quite intense, and we do make sure we find the right fit for our system.
Okay. So let's say I qualify and I say that now, what's the amount for the licensing fee and the royalty fees? How much do I have to pay?
Yeah, and I can provide a range.
Mm-hmm.
So typically, if you're starting out a Shack Shine business, you're looking to spend anywhere from about $65,000 to $100,000,
Mm-hmm.
and that depends on how many territories you would want to purchase,
Okay.
and it depends on if you are buying a new or used equipment package or vehicle package, and a couple
Okay.
other factors, and how much you would spend into marketing. But the minimum is about 65,000, and
Minimum.
it can go up north of 100,000.
So what's defined as one territory? Like, is it like the en français we say the superficie? What is that? What does that mean? One territory.
What one territory for Shack Shine is 200,000 people or population.
It's by
and
population. Okay.
it's by population. Yeah. So the first territory is a certain amount, and the second territory is still 200,000 people, but slightly less. So your second, third, or fourth territory
Hmm.
will be slightly less than your first territory.
Okay. So let's say if we're taking, for example, Montreal, so there's a lot of territories there because Montreal is huge, the potential. Okay. So the
Mhm.
more territories I want, the higher the more money I have to put down.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And then every month I have to pay a percentage. Is that based on the territory as well, or is it just a flat
Yeah,
percentage?
the royalty would be just a flat percentage, and that's just based off of the revenue you would generate or bring in. And our royalty structure is 16% in total,
Mm-hmm.
8% for royalties, and then 8% for sales center, technology, and marketing.
Okay, there's a little bit of segmentation there with the fees. Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. And I have the options of either taking a brand new truck or some, and then also, or a second hand. Is that it? Is that what you
Uh,
said earlier?
Yeah, absolutely. Most of our franchise partners go with a brand new lease, but you're able to also purchase a 2, 3-year-old truck. Our requirements are, like I mentioned earlier, shiny, organized van. So
Yes.
all of our vans all look the exact same. And no matter if you get a job done in Vancouver or
Mm-hmm.
Toronto or in Florida or Texas, it's all a Mercedes Sprinter, same body style, wrapped with a beautiful Shack Shine logo on the outside,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all it looks the same. So if you were to get a used one, you just have to make sure it matches the same body style.
Okay. So that means for the truck, I don't have to get involved. You provide that for me, headaches free. Is that how it works with the truck?
But not so much that we provide you with the truck. We have our approved vendors that we would connect
Uh,
you with to go through the process. So you don't have to find a vendor or a local Mercedes dealer or somebody to install your wrap or anything. We have all those vendors lined up. All you would have to
okay.
do is let us know what date you would want to launch your business, and we would connect you with our vendors to get that ball rolling.
Okay, I understand. And also the marketing, you provide that and the support, all of that provided for the fees. Correct.
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
A lot of the in-house support we provide is through the sales center or through marketing support. So we would help our franchise partners through various online marketing channels or ground game channels, what we call,
Mm-hmm.
which would be covered in the royalty fee as well. But also, a lot of our franchise partners invest outside of that into their market for marketing expenses, like sending out direct mail or magazine ads, newspaper ads, other various tactics that we would have.
Okay. And also it's the same concept for 1-800 Got Junk. There's a call center, people call directly there, or they can go online, book the appointment. Or if they see me, if, let's say I have my van, I'm driving down the street, they call me, then I can book something with the client on site at the same time.
Absolutely. Exactly the same for 1-800 Got Junk or Wow One Day Painting or Shack Shine.
Okay, that makes sense. And what is the marketing also that you're using in order to find the franchisees? Facebook. What are some of the tools that you're using?
If I understand that is to find other
The,
franchise partner candidates, for
yes,
example.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have a wide variety of areas we reach, and one of them is we use franchise brokers as well.
Okay.
And obviously being online and on social media
Mm-hmm.
with targeted ads to see who's looking to become a business owner, and then they can explore that option with us. And then also a lot of
Okay.
referrals coming in from our current franchise partners
Mm-hmm.
who have been in business for a couple of years. It's the right fit for them, and they're saying, "Wow, I want to get more people like me into this." So they tell everybody else.
That's good. That's good. All right. So let's say, okay, well, I have my van, everything is working out, but then I decide I don't want to do the work myself anymore. I want to have a team around me in my local territory. How does that work? Do I have to go and find the happy people to work for me too? Or is there a way that, how do you help me with that?
So if you wanted to, you've started your business, a couple months later, you want to grow and expand.
Exactly.
We have the resources to support our franchise partners with any recruiting, interviewing, hiring processes.
Mm-hmm.
But like any business owner, the franchise partner would be responsible for
Okay.
doing those and executing on those tactics. So conducting the interviews, hiring the people, training the people.
Okay.
But the big difference is with Shack Shine, we would provide you with all those tools and resources. So we have a onboarding platform that we can
Okay.
provide you with so you can hire, train, and coach your technicians. We have templates for recruiting or templates for posting ads and templates
Okay.
on how to conduct interviews and templates how to conduct conversion calls. So all those templates and resources are provided,
Mm-hmm.
all up to the franchise partners just to execute on those tactics.
Okay. Makes sense. That way I don't have to think about all what questions do I need to ask and how do I onboard. All that is already set up and proven, of course, at my
Absolutely.
available for me. That's really nice. And for Shack Shine, what are some of the challenges? Because I know compared to 1-800 Got Junk, it's still a baby there. What are some of the challenges that you find that you're facing?
That's a good question. I know. So 1-800 Got Junk has been around for 30 years
Yeah.
and they've grown substantially over that time. And obviously each business has its own challenges. And Shack
Yes.
Shine's been around since 2016 with O2E brands. And I think one of our biggest challenges in our business today is uh, finding enough happy, hands-on, hardworking, hungry people to join our system. We have all the systems and processes that have been proven over time with the help of learning from 1-800 Got Junk and other brands. But I think a big challenge is we'd love to find more people,
Yeah.
and it takes time to grow a business and to get the right people in place. But
Yeah.
if I could wave a magic wand and find 100 great fits for our system, I would. But I think that's the biggest challenge is just getting enough of a footprint in North America with the right people.
What about some of those who own 1-800 Got Junk? Can they also buy? Do you find that some of them are buying into the other, for example, one day painting and Shack Shine, or no?
That's a great question. And it's something our 1-800 Got Junk franchise partners are amazing and they do a phenomenal job running their business.
Mm-hmm.
But we really, as Shack Shine, we want to focus on what we call FFE, and it's focus, faith, and effort. And
Okay.
we want our Shack Shine franchise partners to focus on their
Okay.
business and be the operator of their business. We don't want their focus to be distributed between several businesses, at least in the beginning, because we're in such a
Yeah.
crucial time with startup, and
Mm-hmm.
success is really driven by a franchise partner's focus in their business.
It's a very good point there because other businesses would be like, well, yes, yeah, come buy more from us. But you have a different way of seeing it. You want them to stay focused and not be distracted with too many different businesses at the same time. That's a very good point, actually.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of great entrepreneurs out there that'd be a great
Mm-hmm.
fit for Shack Shine, but unfortunately, they're probably running other businesses or their focus is elsewhere.
Yes.
So at the time, it's not a right fit. And we really want our Shack Shine franchise partners, since we're in the foundation, the building blocks of our
Mm-hmm.
business in the first 4 years,
Yeah.
we want to hire franchise partners able to focus all their energy on building Shack Shine.
That's really nice. But now I'm going to ask you some general questions that are not specifically linked to Shack Shine, but to franchising overall. Okay? Because there's a lot of people out there that really like the model of turning their business into a franchise in order to grow. Because it seems like but let me ask you the question instead. Would you say franchising is the fastest way to grow your business, generally speaking?
Yes and no.
Okay.
It has to be the right fit for the right business.
Mm-hmm.
I personally think it's the best way to grow
Okay.
your business. I don't necessarily know if it's the fastest way.
Mm-hmm.
Why I think it's the best way is because through franchising, you're able to provide opportunities for entrepreneurs who necessarily don't know how to do it themselves. They need the tools, the support, the resources, the brand behind them to be able to execute on their dream, on their vision of becoming an entrepreneur.
Mm-hmm.
And through franchising, they're able to do that. They may not necessarily want to start a business on their own, but franchising gives them that vehicle to do that.
Yeah.
So I think that it's the best way to grow a brand or a business because you have dedicated entrepreneurs in each city who are growing their own business as well.
Okay. And before, okay, let's say, and I'm gonna take the example again for me. Let's say I wanted to do that. So I have a business, it's been going for a few years. When do I know that I'm ready for that step?
Step two, franchise, for example.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I was just asked this question yesterday, actually, and um, in my opinion, uh, two things have to be done. I think
Mm-hmm.
you need to prove concept and prove concept in your flagship market. So if you have your own business in Montreal and
Mm-hmm.
you're looking to start franchising, first place you'd have to look, is my flagship, is my first store or my first location successful?
Mm-hmm. But what
And
would successful means to like? Is it like a certain amount of money? I have to make this amount before I can be considered, okay, this is a successful business.
I think success in terms of the franchising perspective
Mm-hmm.
is it's able to operate independently without the owner.
Okay.
And that means having the right leadership in place, and the and the business has systems and processes in place that it's able to operate without the owner, and it has a leadership team in place. So the concept is proven. Like, yes, if I remove myself as the owner from this and I place it in another city, it can operate and be successful with the systems and processes in place.
Very good point. It doesn't mean that even if I'm making $500,000, but I'm still in the business, then it's still a no-go.
And that's great. That's a phenomenal business for somebody. It's just not the right fit for franchising at that time.
Exactly.
You would have to make sure you remove yourself from the business, set
Mm-hmm.
up systems and processes, and ensure it can be successful in another location.
That's a very good answer. Very good answer. And when it comes to the licensing fees and royalty fees, how does one determine that?
I think one of the best ways to determine that is number one is look at the value you'd be providing, the value
Mhm.
and support you'd be providing to your franchise partners. So, do you have an in-house team of business coaches to support upcoming franchise partners? Do you have an inbound sales center? Do you have a national marketing program?
Mhm.
What kind of technology are you providing for the royalty? So, a lot goes into
Yeah.
structuring the royalties when you're starting out. Just I would say look at the value and the support you're
Mhm.
providing and structure it around that. And number two is connect with other franchisors in your industry and see what their royalty structures are and see what works and what doesn't,
So you mean like
and learn from them.
pretend you're buying another one from them to see what their fees are?
Not so much pretend. I mean, even years ago, when franchising a business that I was involved in, we would just ask in Vancouver, just ask
Mhm.
other franchisors in the city, even if we were direct competitors or even if we were in different verticals, just ask them for advice and guidance. And you can meet them through networks like Entrepreneur Organization and BNI and other groups, and they're happy to share their business
Really?
knowledge with you. Yeah.
Because in my mind, I'm thinking, the competitors, they don't want to share that information. Maybe not. I don't know.
They're happy to give you perspective. They probably won't share independent financial
Yes, yes, yes.
KPIs, but they're able to give you perspective on what's worked and what hasn't for them.
And let's say you have a franchisee that, or their employees are not following the SOPs that are already being established. How do you prevent the brand from being diluted by the inefficiency of of that franchisee?
So we have pretty tight systems and processes and training programs, and very rarely would we have employees who don't follow SOPs or who
Mm-hmm.
aren't friendly, uniformed, or driving around in shiny, organized vans. But if it does happen, we
Yeah.
have the proper processes in place to make sure we either coach or train that
Okay.
specific person to follow our processes, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe ultimately they're not the right fit for our brand and we part ways.
Okay.
But how do we
How do you
monitor?
part ways?
Oh, if it was a technician, for example, then we would obviously try and coach them to make sure that they're following SOPs
Hmm.
and being friendly, uniform technicians.
Yeah.
And if they choose not to follow our SOPs, then it's probably not the right fit for our brand.
But let's say it's the franchisee itself. Like, do you have to buy the rights back, like the territory back? How do you
Mm.
depart from the franchisee?
Something we haven't come across yet,
Oh,
and
really?
hope not to. I mean, I think it goes back to our candidate selection process,
Wow.
and uh, I think we do a phenomenal job in taking our time and making sure that candidate is the right fit to become a franchise partner. And
Mm-hmm.
obviously, through over the years, there's a few who struggle to keep consistency with, let's say, at SOPs or our
Mm-hmm.
exceptional focus areas. which are shiny, organized vans, friendly, uniformed technicians in one detailed visit.
Yeah.
So how do we ensure they get back on track? Is we would go out and do a field visit with them, and we
Okay.
would someone from our support team, our coaches, would go out and spend a couple days with a franchise partner and help get their business back on track. So if it's focusing on technician training or
Mhm.
any other part of their business, we would help them get them back on track.
That's really nice, which means that you would fly somebody to Florida, for example, or maybe they have their own coaches over there, but maybe traveling to go and then spend a couple of days with that franchisee and make sure things are back on track.
Yeah, absolutely. We have franchise partners all throughout North
Hmm.
America, and each franchise partner would get at least one visit every year.
Okay.
And a lot of that visit is based on coaching that specific business to help them grow their business profitably. And at the same time, we're looking at all aspects of their business and able to provide feedback on what to improve and
Hmm.
feedback on what's going well.
That's really good. So that support is very crucial.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's really good. Let's see what other questions that have. Okay, yes, for franchises, generally speaking, again, a lot of people have tried that model and a lot of them have failed. What would you say are some of the common issues of why they fail?
You mean from a franchisor or
Franchi-
franchisee perspective?
from a franchisor perspective.
So the example would be there's been some franchisors out there that have tried to franchise their business and have failed.
Exactly.
The question is, what's my opinion on why that would be?
Yes.
Yeah, I think, and again, a question I've been asked a couple times. I think ultimately the success of franchising,
Mm-hmm.
and we always say uh, systems fail,
Mm-hmm.
people don't. So people don't fail, systems do. And ultimately, the success of a franchisor is the strength of its systems and processes. If you want to become a franchisor, you have to be the most systemized and process driven company in your field. And if you're not, maybe you have to spend some time refining those systems to make sure every process you have for your business
Mm-hmm.
is tight and you're able to execute on it flawlessly.
Yeah. Or otherwise find somebody that can be as systemized to put everything in check.
Correct. If, for example, the founder of
Mm-hmm.
the franchise organization isn't the one that's able to do it, hire somebody that is able to, so you're able to systemize your business to a point where it's almost foolproof or a no-brainer for anybody from the outside coming in. Because a lot of times franchisors suffer from what's called the curse of knowledge. You know so much about your business, and you just want to. You think everybody else would know, but in reality, people who are looking to potentially purchase a franchise, they
Mm-hmm.
need those written systems, that guidance, those processes to be successful, and they need to be captured in a systemized way.
So would you agree that some businesses can, or some owners of businesses can start thinking about franchising their business, or build the business as to be eventually like so that they can franchise it, thinking of systems from the get-go, not just maybe many years later, so that way they can turn it around really fast. Is that a possibility?
Absolutely. Yeah. Even if you're not looking at franchising your business, having
Mm-hmm.
systems for everything you do in your business is crucial for success and
Yeah.
scalability.
Yes, exactly.
There's two factors if you want to be successful in franchising. Is one, have a proven method and a model that
Mm-hmm.
can operate without the initial entrepreneur, and two, you have to have the systems and processes in place to support that model. And
Okay.
even if you're not looking to franchise your business, if you want to scale and grow, you still need those systems and processes.
Yeah. Yeah. And then for you, is that something? Is that as also? Because I know you do work for Shack Shine and O2, no, O2
O2E brands, yeah.
brands.
Ordinary to exceptional, yeah.
Exactly. Sometimes I put them backward. Okay. Do you, because you're also a strategist in business and you also have your own business, is that a service that you also provide to other entrepreneurs to help them with the systems or franchising their business?
Currently, as I mentioned a couple minutes ago, we really pride ourselves on focus.
Yes.
And my focus is helping entrepreneurs grow their business
Mm-hmm.
profitably in Shackshine.
Yeah.
So 100% of my focus is for Shackshine
Mm-hmm.
and helping our entrepreneurs grow their business.
Exactly. So you don't want to be everywhere because focus on one thing, just like that book. I don't know if you read it before. It's called
The
One
one
Thing.
thing. Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. He was actually a guest speaker at one of our conferences.
Oh, that was
Uh,
him I saw on your LinkedIn there.
yes, I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
read
Okay.
the book, amazing book. And it's exactly that concept of
Yes.
what's your one thing, your one
Mm-hmm.
focus. And if you do that exceptionally well, you will outperform anybody in your industry.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely agree with you. Well, you provide a lot of good points there, Paul. But let me ask you the why. Why are you doing what you're doing?
It's a great
Well,
question.
mm-hmm,
I think it comes down to passion.
mm-hmm,
I am passionate about uh, providing opportunities for entrepreneurs to succeed and grow their business profitably. So, in a nutshell, I love coaching people,
yeah,
and I love that Shackshine is in the business of changing lives. We have people come into our organization who have never run a business before and
mm-hmm,
are looking for our support, our knowledge, and our know how to help them run a business.
yeah,
And I love seeing the progression of uh, an entrepreneur who just started their business, and 4 years later, they're growing their business, they're scaling, and they're profitable,
yeah,
and they're bringing in other people into their organization to
yeah,
develop and grow them as well. And at the other end of it is we also have a lot of veteran entrepreneurs in Shackshine who have
mm-hmm,
run businesses before. And they've grown so much over the years through our
mm-hmm,
support, through our systems and processes and coaching.
mm-hmm.
And it all comes down for me to passion and passion for supporting people to grow their business.
Very nice answer. You couldn't say it better. It's really good what you're saying. Passion is comes from the heart, and I think it's essential when you're doing something that you love, and then seeing the progress of these people that you're helping, like in front of you, the impact on their lives. I think it's phenomenal. Yeah, I believe
Absolutely.
that. Well, Paul, it was a pleasure. I don't know if you have any other questions for me or you wanted to share something else. If somebody want to reach out to you, where can they find you?
Yeah, no, I think we covered everything today. Thank you so much. If somebody would like to get in touch, LinkedIn is probably the best. Just
Yeah,
Paul Baluch at LinkedIn. But happy to connect and chat business with anybody. But thank you so much for having me.
it was a pleasure having you, Paul. Until next time.
Yes, thank you.